Hello and welcome to Toto TCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video on the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out our new EX battle decks that were recently released alongside our Annihilate EX boxes. If you've not already seen those, very interesting videos indeed. I'm not going to spoil anything in particular, but very interesting indeed. Great to see Annihilate in a box, and it's a refreshed box as well. It's less packaging, which is always good to see. But yeah, we now move on to our EX battle decks. So, well, let's just get to it. We're gonna open and see both of them to compare which one's better. But we do indeed have Chien-Pao EX versus Tinkaton EX. Now both of these are promos. We've got promo 30 and 31 here. The Tinkaton is actually taken from the set, so this was supposed to release obviously alongside Paldea Evolved. They removed it and popped it into its own EX battle deck, so the only way of getting this version is in here. This is not it's a promo card, but it's not like an alternative artwork promo of Tinkaton. It's the same thing that was previously released. However, on the other hand, Chien-Pao, this is different. This is not the one from the set. This is the same card in terms of the text and everything, but the artwork is different. So we do get an alternative look at a Chien-Pao. So you've got plenty of Chien-Paos to go through. You've got the normal one in the set. You've got this one. You've got a full art. You've got a gold card, and also you have the alt art as well. So you've got 5 different ones to pick. You can't play 5, but obviously you've got plenty of choice there with your Chien-Paos. So straight away, I think a lot of people will probably say that the best deck here was going to be Chien-Pao. It's going to be a case of just going through and having a look to see what these cards in here, the deck itself, how it sort of looks, what the cards are, how that sort of goes, which one would be better. Because bearing in mind that we only get one of each of these, it's not like a 3 of, it's just the one of this promo. Also, great to know that we'll also hopefully get coins in here as well, which means that people who want Chien-Pao and have used the ability or something like that, you can put a coin over it or something like that. So, you know, at least you know you've used it and you can put a Chien-Pao on the top of it. Anyway, enough waffling. I think what we're going to do, we're going to go into Chien-Pao first, seeing as this is the number 30 promo. And we're going to see exactly what... Oh, there it is, straight away, boom. The coin is... not a Chien-Pao. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. They don't do the character ones anymore. It's just a giant EX one. Oh, I got everyone's hopes up. Sorry, guys. It's not a Chien-Pao, but we do get this awesome promo. And I'll be honest, I prefer this one. I do prefer this one. I think that's always something that is to be considered, is that like any alternative artwork of a... This is miscut. Oh my god. Jeez Louise, this is miscut. Look at that top, and then look at the bottom. There's a hefty boy at the top, and not a lot going on at the bottom. Miscut. I love this bit with the ice. I think that just adds a little bit more dimension to it. Obviously, he is still sort of jumping out. He's got his open mouth with his sword teeth going on there. But yeah, it's exactly the same card. I've seen a lot of people play this, and I think this one in particular will be quite popular, so that people can grab one of these promos and pop it in the deck. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. I mean, if you want to have a little read over of the attacks and everything, I know it was just there a second, but it is a pretty interesting one. With that 60 times, and then you discard as many water energy, and then it does 60 times basically the amount you've discarded. And that's from all your Pokemon. So if you've got 6 on board, you can get rid of all 6, and you're doing 360, which is like, you know, wow, that's crazy. So you only need like 5 to hit 300. So 5 energies, plus you put this with Baxcalibur, which I'll be surprised if Baxcalibur is not in here, but knowing our luck, it probably won't be. So yeah, let's have a look at this coin. It's green, or is it blue? Is that green? That looks green to me. That is looking very green, although in certain lights it might look blue, but yeah. I'm quite happy to use this one with grass decks. I'll definitely take that for a grass deck. It looks quite greeny. If we get a pink or purple one in the other one, then we know this should have been blue. Anyway, we got that EX coin. We've got our regular stuff here, basically. We don't really need to go over this, but, you know, you've got your damage counters in case. You've got a little guide here, which will be in both of these. It's just a way of sort of, like, letting you know about the deck and how it runs and all of that sort of goodies. I think on the other side there's also there's the Tinkaton as well, so this will be a constant in both of these. So you can just have a little read of that and sort of get to grips with, like, what the deck should be doing. We got a quick start rules as well, so if you wanted to sort of understand what's going on with the rules and everything, you've got a lovely booklet to have here, and even like put this little, maybe like a little mini post-it notes coming off just to be like, oh, conditions are on this page. At least you've got something that's not too hefty, like a massive thingamabob. Yeah, that's the word we wanted. The playmats have become a little bit less than what they used to be, with like a nice artwork of the character, though we do get an interesting choice of this logo, which obviously has ice at the top and the fairy going on at the bottom, seeing as both of these are sort of around that sort of aura. And then on this one we have got the icy version of the playmat, which probably means we're going to have the fairy one on the other one. And then you've got some little like credit card slippy bits just to tell you about special conditions and like what they all do and how to sort of resolve them and all of that sort of stuff, and then what to do on your turn. So if you are brand new, you could sort of have this with you, but obviously if you're against somebody that knows the game inside and out, then you might not need that, but always good if both of you that are playing are brand new. Let's have a little look to see what we've got in here then. Let's see, we've probably got a load of energy right at the beginning. Of course we do. It's like being at a pre-release. Okay, we've got all of that. Do we have, is this all set out? Oh, they've changed it. Oh, this is cool. So they've changed it around. Normally you have to go like water, Nemona, Great Ball, Pokemon. Okay, I like this. This is cool. So we've got a 4 line of Nemona. Quite easy. That's just draw 3. Great Balls, we've got 4 of those, so that just helps look at the top 7 to find a Pokemon. We've got 3 Arctobacs and 3 Frigibacks. We've got a 3 Buizel, 3 Marill, 2 Baxcalibur that are non-holo, okay. Floatzels, we've got 2, Azumarill, we've got 2, and Delibirds, we've got 2. Okay, cool, so that's the Pokemon. Then we've got 2 Youngster. We've got 2 Energy Retrieval, that'll be an interesting one to play with this. Nest Ball, cool. Pokegear, we've got a few of these, nice. 2 Switch, a Bruxish, which is just there. Jacques, and a Palpad as well. Okay. Some interesting cards really in here. Jacques, obviously quite good for the evolution, which is always good, and we've got Palpad to get that back in if need be. Switch is always good, just in case you get dragged up and you maybe don't want that in the active. Nestball, obviously straight away getting the basics, really cool. For this deck, Energy Retrieval is going to be huge because you want it back in your hand so that you can attach it with the Baxcalibur that we know is in here. And then Youngster allowing you to sort of shuffle away a hand that might not have any energies, and you're drawing into 5 that may have energies, again helping to really like get this thing going. So I'm liking the supporters. Let me just double check these Pokemon here. So we've got a Bruxish. So that's search your deck for 3 basic energy. Nice one if this is, you know, in your hand straight away. Put this at the front, 1 energy, you get energies in hand, which is always good. Of course, we know about this whole line here of Frigibacks to Arctobacs. That's pretty cool. The Buizel, we want to see the end evolutions really of these. Yeah, Baxcalibur is always just going to be used for that super cold there. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, so you just keep going bang, 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 bang with that super cold. That still goes pretty cool. Hydro Pump here, 50 plus. This does 20 more damage for each water energy. Why is it highlighting that? There we go. This attack does 20 more damage for each attached to this Pokemon, so you don't have to discard it. It's just on there. So again, you just pop in 2 on that one, and then you're doing some interesting damage, but you might just want to use that as a bench sort of dweller. And then we've got this one, flip 2 coins, attack does 100 damage for each head for slam, bubble drain for 50, and it's got a bit of healing. Right. Delibird is drawing cards again, so that's early game. So you've got a Bruxish or Delibird for sort of that early game, sort of like maybe turn 1, 2, where you can like draw a few cards or grab your energies, but you really want to be obviously going to grab Frigibacks and the evolution. So it's like nest balling for Frigibacks, getting the Jacques, doing what you can with that, trying to get to this Baxcalibur as soon as possible so you can get this going. And of course, you are obviously looking for the Chien-Pao as well. So this works, you know, for a normal sort of starter deck. This works. It's got the right stuff in here. The supporters match what we need to sort of draw more stuff, look for the Pokemon, shuffle in stuff, keep the energies going, find the basics, find some supporters possibly, switch out if you get dragged. It all makes sense. So yeah, for me, this is a pretty good one. It's just how the other one compares. That is the main thing here. How does the other one compare? So we're going to hop over now and see what this one is like. So I'm liking this one. This one's got pretty good standard at the moment. Now, see, now I put it next to that. I don't know. It probably looks green. It does look green to me, but it's probably supposed to be blue. I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's grab our Tinkaton here. So I've only got one of these. I would need two. So what I'm going to do is obviously I've bought this one, and then I'm probably just going to get the promo when it goes down in price. So I've got the two that I need to finish off the binder, and then I've got that completed. But again, always nice to see it when they pulled them out of the set, because it makes it easy then for possibly grabbing the ones that you want. And it is again a green one, so it might be just getting different colours every time these comes out now, rather than the character ones, which would have been cool. Anyway, let's have a little look at Tinkaton. Of course, this is a stage 3 EX, which means it is very, very hefty with 300 HP, which is pretty big indeed. So we're going to have the whole line probably in this box. I'd be surprised if it's like 3-3. It might be like a 4-3, but we'll find out. We've got Big Hammer here 30 times. This attack does 30 damage for each card in your hand, so the more cards, the better. And then Pulverizing Press for 140. Mainly, I've seen people playing this for just Big Hammer, and as long as you've got a big hand, Big Hammer does the job for you. The fact that this thing can just stay up in the front, and if your opponent's hitting 300, which we know Chien-Pao can do very, very well, 5 energies and this thing is gone. So this thing's going to have to sort of like bring the hurt with the Big Hammer. Chien-Pao's got 220 there. This is doing 30, so we've got 30, 60, 90. We've got 180, so you're looking at round about, I think it's about 9 cards in hand you'd need in order to get a KO there. Yeah, 980. I might be over exaggerating there. 30, 60, 90, that's 3. 180, that's 6. And then you just need 2 more, so 8, sorry. So you need 8 in order to get a knockout, which is not that difficult. It's not that difficult to do. So you can get a knockout on the Chien-Pao quite easily with just 8 cards in hand. Otherwise, the Pulverizing Press will take 2 turns to do, which by then this thing may have got knocked out, which obviously isn't ideal. But yeah, great little Pokemon there. Not one that I've used in the game, although I don't know, I kind of like, I've seen it around and I'm like, oh, it looks pretty cool, and the hammer and everything, but I just didn't get around to using it. But maybe when the DLCs come out, I might grab one and then just sort of like roll with it. I don't know. We'll find out. We will see. Anyway, what do we have in here? Well, we've got a lot of the same, basically. We've got the same coin. I was expecting that to be purple. It's not. We've got literally everything the same in here. So we've got a little slip to tell us about the deck. We've got our cardboard counters. We've got our credit card-y looking bits. We've got the rule guide, and the only difference being probably is that in here the mat will have, yeah, there it is. So you've got the fairy version of this rather than the icy looking one. So I like that. I like that it's not just the same thing. They have just changed up the art style, and of course they did change up the box as well, so that they are different on here as well. So let's have a little look at what we've got in here. I like the fact that they've put it all in order as well. I think that's an absolute game changer. We've got an absolute ton of energy there. Okay, then we've got our different lines here. So we've got a 4. We've got a 4 line of Tinkatink. Okay, we've got some Drifloons in here as well. Okay, so we've got 4 Drifloon. The other one started with Nemona. Now we've got Nemona here. This is probably going to be 4 of. Yeah, Great Ball. We're going to have 4 of those. Yep, same thing. Cool. Okay, there's some trainers. Then we got the Tinkertuff. We're going to have 3 of these. We are indeed. So it is a 4-3 line, or 4-3-1. Then the Drifblim here with Curse Spreading. Put 8 damage counters on your opposing Pokemon any way you like, and Gust for 30. Espathra, even though we've not seen the Flittle, and of course it gives the Flittle I was looking for. So that was the Flittle from the first set that I only got 3 of. After opening 4 booster boxes, still didn't get play sets of different stuff. And it was close. It was actually close this time as round as well with Paldea Revolve, but we got there. We got Psychic, which I know that quite well, 30 plus, and then this does 50 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Nice, and then Eye Strength for 20. Okay. The Flittle obviously evolves into that, so that's a 3-3 line. Cool. Let's pop them there. Youngster, 2 of. Nestball, 2 of. Palpad, we got 2 of them in here, okay. Pokegear, we got 2 of them. Switch, we got 2 of them. Jacques, then we've got a Squawkabilly, okay, but only 1 energy retrieval. Right, okay, I see what's sort of happened here. Squawkabilly, so this is definitely your sort of like, if you do get this in hand, just use the Call for Family and then get this out of there as quick as possible. You're only going to go for that basic Pokemon one. Apart from that, mainly you would want to be going for your whole line to get up to that Tinkaton as quick as possible. I'm trying to see which one would probably be best to sort of like keep on the bench, or at least keep it up front, because obviously these are single prizes, so it doesn't really matter if they get KO'd that much, but you want to obviously make sure you've got some Tinkatons going on. Is this the interesting one? This does 30 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. I think this is quite an interesting one, because there's something that you can add to this, and then you do this Balloon Blast, and it's going to be doing like about 210, 240, something like that, when you've added something to it. I think it's something that increases the HP, and then obviously this thing can live more, and obviously does more damage. For just 2, and it's a single prize, I think a lot of people are playing that as well. So this actually could be a pretty interesting one, and even might be better than just playing this Drifblim here. You got the Curse Spreading, which is pretty cool, but for 3 Psychics as well. Ooh, yeah, maybe not. Honest, and I'm going to be brutally honest here. In my opinion, I'd probably think of getting rid of some of these sort of stage 1s in here to use the Tinkaton, the Holo, and also the pre-release one that also came with non-holo, which gives you the sort of drawing. So you've got like the discard a card, draw, was it draw 3? Yeah, draw 3, and then there's also something to do with special energies, which obviously this is not running special energy, but for that attack to do some serious damage, I think that is necessary. Which I think is quite an easy deciding factor as to like which one of these decks is better. The fact that I'm already thinking of ideas to make this better, I think means that Chien-Pao is a little bit more on top. I think if there were other Tinkatons in here, say there was just the one Tinkaton with the draw 3, that would make this pretty good. But it's just the fact that the Drifloon is pretty cool. I do quite like that. For 2 energies, it could possibly be doing, what was it, 70 HP? So it would have to do 60 HP before it gets knocked out. 60 times 3, so that's 180. So yeah, that could be pretty cool. It's just a case of you know, going with which one you like, but I think the playability wise, Chien-Pao definitely does take this one. But obviously I'm a lot of people are going to be playing Chien-Pao, but this still comes out on top, apart from obviously we get a nice looking Tinkaton. And see, both of these have got decks as well. You know, it's not as if both of these have been forgotten about. They both have decks. You can still, you know, work with them both. But yeah, in terms of if you are brand new and starting out, I would probably go with the Chien-Pao one. That's just my honest opinion with what I've seen here today. But yeah, there we go. That is the EX Battle decks done. I'm not too sure, I don't know whether they've announced any further at the moment. I don't think it's obviously been scrapped, but there's nothing being shown off at this moment in time about the future ones, not further ones. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. They might cut some more from sets, and we might end up getting some different random bits and pieces here and there, but we'll just see what happens. We will see. But yeah, there we go. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, checking out these 2 battle decks. We'll have more videos on the channel as soon as possible. But yeah, apart from that, I'll leave it here for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next video. on the channel.